Harsh, tell me here.
Yes, good evening, sir. So, first of all, I just wanted to thank you. I'm a Mindwork student and I performed well in CAT 21. Thank you for
That's what.
whatever you've been doing. And
Yeah.
again, also just adding to that, what Ajinkya asked, my only source,
Since
sir,
we are talking about this philosophy, and you've gone through the training program at Mindworks, I was talking
right,
about this philosophy, and I'm sure you must have understood this philosophy when you studied with us.
right, yes,
That
sir.
ultimately, I tell all my students that कितना तक मैं help करूँगा इसके बाद तुमको खुद करना है. So
Exactly,
how
exactly.
on the day of the exam?
Right. So, I mean, that definitely helps a lot because my only source for questions were your books. Like, I didn't touch any single question outside those books. And I was able to get 99.8 in my LRDI. And the year before
Fantastic.
that, I had a 40 percentile in LRDI.
Wow, 40
So,
to 99 per day. Good. And
yeah.
the process
And the
worked.
process was that just self-solving, and like I would never go through the answers. The only time I looked at the answers was through your videos. So that was the only time I had the assisted solving. Other than
Right.
that, I would just try to keep visiting the questions again and again after a week, then after a month, if I couldn't solve those questions. So
So
I can say, I
sometimes
mean, it definitely works. I'm
why I
like,
wanted you to say this also because sometimes मेरा बात सुनते सुनते लोग पक जाते हैं.
nahi, that definitely works. I can vouch for that because I was able to score in
It
LRD.
is huge change. 40 to 99. 40 में तो मतलब you must have got almost negative marks.
4 marks. Yes, sir, 4 marks. So just one question correct.
Yeah. And from there going all the way to
Yeah, I got
99.8%.
almost 40 marks this year. So yeah.
So fantastic. Good. The process works. So that's what I always talk about. There's a process. Understand it, execute it. Points किसी से नहीं हो रहा है. Ajinkya is talking about this. It's a process. You have to understand the process. And we are here on the channel to actually help you understand the process and execute. So Harsh, yeah, what's your question?
Yes, sir. So my question was that I got an overall percentile of 98.86 in CAT and last year, and the problem was that my 10th and 12th scores were terrible, like compared to the other students. Right, I had 67 in 12th and 78 in 10th.
We had chatted about this, yeah.
Right, yes, sir. So my best call was FP Jain this year, and I couldn't convert that. But then now the next best call that I have is MDI. So my question was that if I convert MDI, should I go for it, or like how should someone select that if they should go for that college or not? Like, or should they sit for CAT again and go for the top 5 or something?
You have to think about. I mean, see, there are no right and wrong answers. 2 plus 2 is 4, not 5. Is the right answer and not 5 is the wrong answer. So इसमें वैसा नहीं होता. Joining MDI, I mean, so what happens is these are all 50-50, maybe 60-40 calls, if not 50-50 calls, right? So it also believes, जैसे मैं जब तैयारी कर रहा था अपना तो I had told myself I am ABC. L भी नहीं जाऊँगा. L नहीं जाऊँगा. I am ABC और XLR. ये चार मेरा targets थे. ABC, XL, otherwise none else. And I had told myself मैं 5 साल का है. But it's also the life stage you are, how motivated you are to go. My life stage was I was in a private engineering college, so there's nothing on a profile. So I had to crack this if I want to get to the top guys. और this thing, अब उस समय literally 6 college के बाद बाकी कुछ नहीं था. Literally, so that was also a problem, right? So now what has happened is these institutes like MDI will give you a great career, right? So how motivated are you towards going towards that kind of this thing? I think you're already into WorkX couple of years now.
1 year, I graduated last year in 21.
So if you're graduating in 21, you taking a call that I want to give it again, and how much do you think you are in control of your this thing?
I went with the VRC section. I mean, my LRDI and quants was as per ad prepared, but my VRC I got 78 percentile, and last year I had 95. I mean, in my previous attempt when I hadn't prepared for CAT at all. So I messed up my VRC this year.
VRC threw off a lot of people when it started, but you have to learn to be able to control that also.
Right.
जैसे मेरे इस अटेम्प्ट में कैट में कभी आउट ऑफ कंट्रोल नहीं गया, एक आध सेक्शन कभी कम भी हुआ है, तो 99.9 के नीचे मैं गिरने नहीं देता हूँ. So there's a solving level where you can reach that point. So does that motivate you to get there, right? So that's something you'll have to think of. And if you take that decision, you know, I'll give it again, and I'm in control in DI, I'm control in VRC also is pretty okay, and this thing is also pretty okay. So I mean, giving another attempt, what is the loss? What is your bottom percentile now when you take the CAT? You have to decide that. If your bottom percentile is 97, 98, MDI तुमको अगले साल मिल जाए, है ना? So the point is then that in a career of 30 years, next 30 years where you're building a career, the key questions to ask yourself are One is MDI pass out in 2024 versus MDI pass out in 2025. It makes absolutely no difference to your career. It will make a difference in that year. You're a second year student versus you started working. But in 2030, it will not matter whether you're 24 pass out or 25 pass out. Right? So, मैं 95 pass out होंगे, 96 pass out होंगे, क्या फर्क पड़ेगा? Right? And 5 years after school, it does not matter whether you're this batch or that batch. So as far as you can say, okay, this is my bottom. Now let me try to get to a better place. So that's one reason why you can take that call. But on the other hand, if you're excited about MBA,
so that was my question. That people consider MDI in the top 10. So will my growth trajectory be very different if I were in the top 5? Like because IIM ABC is not an option for me. Even if I score 99.9, I checked the composite score this year. Like
MDI, go to MDI, do well academically there. Make sure that you're in the top 20% of the people, if not the top 10%. ये दो चीज करो और if you're passing out of MDI and you're the top 20 people, top 20 people in the course, or top 30 people in the course, your outcomes, placement outcomes, etc., will be better than half the MBA fraction.
Okay.
So you can actually achieve that. And then when you start working, how you take the work up, etc. Right? मतलब ऐसा कोई predefined नहीं है कि आज से 25 साल बाद Google का CEO अहमदाबाद का ही रहेगा, MBA का नहीं रहेगा. You can the corporate world.
That was the question. That is there a very huge disparity between FPGen and MDI, like FMS? Yeah. Is it close enough?
I can show you SPGen graduates who are doing so much better than I am graduates.
Right. Okay.
Right. So it depends on how you there are so many decisions you'll be taking in the next 30 years, which will impact your career as you go ahead. It doesn't matter.
Right.
So don't get too stuck up. जैसे बहुत लोग आते हैं मेरे पास very despondent. I mean, even if you look at the charts, one of the biggest thing is कि 73%, 72%, 10th में, 68%, 12th में. नहीं उस टाइम नहीं realize किया था मैंने क्या करना है, etc. So I didn't work hard. So I tell them don't get stuck up on Ahmedabad. It is not like the IAS exam. IAS में क्या होगी 23, 25 years में तुम IAS बन गए, तो जिंदगी भर ऊपर रहो. और नहीं बने तो जिंदगी भर नीचे रहो. ये corporate sector is not like that. Right? It's not like that at all.
Yeah.
Right? In fact, some of my past students, I've sent hundreds and thousands of students into IIMs and all other colleges. So some of my past students who are on the top are not even from IIMs, who are doing really well.
Okay.
Right? So don't get stuck up so much on that. And so, but whatever decision you take, if you take a decision, I'll stay back and I'll prepare, or you take a decision of joining MBA once you get through, always give it your best.
Right.
Decision
Definitely.
है ना? ये नहीं होना चाहिए decision ले लिया और सोच रहे कि वो होता तो अच्छा लगता. That's when you start performing bad. Once you start performing bad, नहीं लगेगा.
Yes, sir.
Right? Chalo, thanks.
Okay. Thank you.